Oh, yeah. I hope you guys can share this video. Just gonna post this in our page, and just for to thank so many people that they already signed this book. The idea signing this book is that I wanna donate this book in a local library at the village one day, or maybe I don't know, if I haven't been there for a long time, so I have no idea if there is a public library at the village. But the idea is that I've been collecting uh, signature, so one day I'm gonna donate this to the community people. And yes, and I have a sticker. It's a Bernie Sanders sticker. And this is our book and our this poetry book. So the idea is to present this book at the village, and I've been traveling around. This weekend I went in Michigan, and there is so many people that at that the event is every year. So many people in different states that comes to this event, and as you can see, I get sunburn. I burn my arms. It's itching. My face here, from here, my cheeks, my nose, my mouth is really itching. My neck is really red here, all around. And looks like a rooster neck. So take care, guys, out there, especially at this summertime. Always use some sunscreen, or use some cream if you're gonna expose yourself out there, especially for those people that who works inside. Just like me, I've been working inside for so many years, and I exposed myself for 2 days under the sun with. Yes, I use some cream, but I think it's not the right one. I didn't use the sunscreen uh, cream, so that's why I get burned. It's itching. So take care of your skin, guys, and if you, especially for those who works in the office or inside job. So for those who works outside, maybe they have the protection naturally. But yeah, I just want to say thanks to the people that I met already, and which is I met so many at the New Jersey, Morristown, which to my friend Bartolo Vasquez, a guy who I met long time ago, and he invited us to. He took us for a tour to know a little bit about the city and Morristown and the history, and then he took us in New Jersey side, and I think it's between New York and in New Jersey. It was a beautiful view that you can see all the buildings, the river, and thanks to Bartolo for taking us for this uh, like tour, and thanks to a friend which is Haroldo Perez. We talked a little bit about politics with him. I think he has the same dream that one day he wants to go back at the village and become someone, especially mayor. That's what he says. And thanks to some cousins that they cooked, that I haven't seen them for a long time, but they cooked. And I have an aunt too, which like 20 years. She used to live here at the state, but he moved in New Jersey, and I met him 20 years after, and she cooked too, and thanks for the food, and thanks for letting us stay at her home. So thanks for everybody. And then I went in Maryland. There is uh, like friends, childhood friends that I grew up with, and that where we used to run everywhere after the rain, and we used to play soccer on the dusty street without shoes, which is we used to call him. His name is Ovidio, but we used to call him by his nickname, which is Spit. And I met his wife, and he invited us at his home, and the first time he didn't trust, because he said that I look very different, like I'm not, looks like I wasn't from like looks, he said that you look, you don't look like you're from the village, you don't look like us. So it was good, and he invited some food too, and I met his wife, his family, thanks to a video, and thanks to Jose. Seunil, que le dicen Seunil, that's what his name. And he was a little boy, I think 5 years when I left the village, and then now he's on his 30, and he's married, and he has his wife, and he invited us some chicken too. So I'm not gonna say the name of the what type of chicken or what brain of chicken, because I think it's a famous restaurant back at the country, which is the name of the owner, which is Dionisio Gutierrez, and one of the elite that finances politics, that finances candidates every 4 years. So that's why we have the corrupted state, corrupted government back at the country, and those owners and those companies, those enterprises, they don't pay taxes. They evade taxes, so that's why so many people they trying to escape and then just move to United States. So but it's good thanks to all these people. And then I went to New Jersey. I mean, and then I went to Atlanta, especially in Marietta and Chamble, and I met the guy, a friend, which is social media friend, which is Ronaldo Lopez Benito, and he used to have his. I think he was a he has a page, and he did a video which is became viral. So by speaking the Maya's language, Imam, he did a joke. He was like a comedy style video, and so he get famous about this, and he has a page which is he has like 35 or 40,000 followers. And I met him, and thanks for inviting us to that day. They were having a gathering too. They were celebrating the third place because they they uh, they have a team, soccer team, and they didn't won, but they were like the second place. So they were having a gathering. There was food, there was drink, and it was good. It was a memorable time to share moments with them. So, and I met other guys too. His roommate is Rogelio Lopez, and he talked, and then we start talking about the community history, and one of the history which I talk about it in our next book, which is the community's history with the land, with our land, which is Pampas de Horizonte. So he told me that he was there, that he was part of the movement. So it was a good moment that he to her from a guy that he was part of the movement, and I really appreciate that he told me what was it what was the feeling back then. And then he been here for 20 years too. He used to live in Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, and Los Angeles, California. So it was a good moment. And then I one of my friends too, which is Rufino Bail, that he runs. I think he's a subcontractor, roofing. He does roofing. He has a small company, and it's the same story too. The guy came from nowhere. He couldn't speak English. He couldn't speak Spanish. He used to speak only Maya's language, which is Mam. But now, he created job for 30 people as a roofing uh, subcontractist, contractor, and I think that means a lot for me, because so many of us that we moved in the United States without speaking Spanish, but we come someone. And then he invited us to eat some chicken soup, which is caldo de gallina, and thanks to Rufino Bail that I met at Doughtersville, at Georgia, Atlanta. And then I went to meet a friend, which is Joel Alonso, and he opened his home for me, and without knowing him, and he trusted me. That he took me as a part of a family. Like, hey, come in. Here's the shower. You can stay here. Make yourself comfortable. I'm going out. He went out with his friends, and he left me at his home. And that means a lot to me because that means that he trusted me in this West. But I was feeling kind of a little bit weird. And then I called one of my friends too, which is I met before, is Joshua Alonso, a social media friends too. And I told him that, hey, I'm here. If you don't mind, let's go out, let's eat something to eat. And he came and he picked me out and he took me to a famous restaurant down in Atlanta, this Waffle House. So we ate, and then he took me at his home, and I stayed at his home. And thanks to Joshua Alonso too, that he allowed me at his home that night, and I met his wife. We talked. I talked to his wife, and finally, that he said that he knows my father. He knows part of my family, like my brother, my sister, my mom, my father, and Joshua's Alonso's wife. So basically, that's the good about this trip, like knowing people, meeting people, uh, discovering new history. And it was a good moment. So, and then he took me to the airport the next day. So it was a good support. And I was like overwhelmed. Imagine, like, without knowing those community member, and then they receive me as part of their family. It means a lot, and that means that I have a reason to keep writing our own history. I have the reason to keep talking about politics, about policies, about how to understand the system as Mayas, as indigenous, as American people of this continent. So thanks to those people and friends, our friends at Atlanta, Georgia, Dorisville, Chamble, and Marietta. And then I went to, yes, I supposed to go in California, in Los Angeles, and there's other friends too that they invited me, but I didn't go because about this pandemic. One of my 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 wife, he get positive, so that way I couldn't travel in Los Angeles. But I will go back in September. I think in September 24th I will go in Los Angeles to meet community members too, which is Ricky Vail and Gil Vail and his band. His band is, I think, Unidos Musical. They are talented people. They're from village too, so it's good to meet people that they succeed. They succeed after, without having an opportunity back at home, back at the village, back at the country. No education, no support from government. A lot of corruptions, local corruption, state corruption, national corruption. So that's why so many people they move to the United States. But meeting people with businesses, meeting people with succeeding, meeting people with talented people like those musicians, I think that means a lot for me. So that's why I just want to make this video to thank them, all the people that I met, and that the people from Michigan too. That's why I got the sunburn everywhere. So in Michigan, they invited us to those women who made tamales and who made those delicious food at this event, which is a sport event that all the peoples from the village that who lives everywhere, Michigan, Maryland, Atlanta, Minnesota, Michigan. So they came every year. So and this is my first time that I went at this event. But I met a lot of people too, and so many people they recognized me, like, oh, it's you. Yeah, keep going, keep talking, keep telling the truth, and we like what you do. That's why we shared your videos. So that means a lot to me, and that was like, I was overwhelmed. That means a lot for me. So thank you, my community members, and I hope to go back again. And thanks for signing our book, and our third book, which is in Spanish, English, Maya's language. It's coming out, but those are on Amazon, so you can check it out. And I hope those a community member they can buy one of our books. So, but but this video I was vicious, vicious that maybe we're vicious that they're vicious too because they drink a lot. But no, so but this video is just to thank them for signing our book and thank them to to letting me be like as part of their family, like as part of the community. And and I hope that one day we can go back, but with change, but we can bring some positive things, not the bad things. So but I'm confident that one day so many of those leaders, some of those talented people, that one day they will go back at the village or in the country to make change for the better future of the next generation. Thank you guys and share this video.